Welcome to the Ages of Rock podcast with your hosts Bill Algie, Dennis Talbot, and Alan Tate. We are three guys who have one thing in common, a love of rock and roll. Our goal is to talk about all things rock. We hope you find this show intriguing, funny, and occasionally highly opinionated. Enjoy!
Hey, welcome to the Ages of Rock podcast, episode 42. Tonight we're going to bring you a little bit of Rockpourri from the lovely state of Indiana. So I hope things are going well for you. And it's the weather here is beautiful. Couldn't imagine being anyplace else besides like the beach or
or feeling better.
See how red this face is?
Speaking of the beach, you son of a beach.
Ooh,
You just got back, man.
Sunburn, yes.
Oh, you do get a little sunburn.
Panama City Beach in September is awesome. If I think about it, before the next episode or before this episode airs, I will post a picture of the beach because we were the only ones on the beach.
Yeah, so how'd that work out for you with the college girls?
I'm a 46-year-old married man.
Oh, wait. Okay.
Besides,
so
my wife was there.
Here's a little story for you. So Saturday, my son played in his he decorated the sideline for his first college football game because he's a freshman. And we were sitting in the stands. It was very packed. And these three young college girls come and sit by Noah. I leaned over. It was Noah and then Lisa and then me. I leaned over to Noah and I said, "Hey, Bud, those are college girls over there, not high school girls." And he turned a little red and grinned real big. So I'm sitting there, and then some college girls came and sat next to me. Lisa leaned over and she goes, "Those are college girls."
At least Lisa didn't say, "That's jailbait."
Yeah. Well, they were jailbait.
They were legal.
They were checking each other's IDs. I was just kind of watching.
That's funny.
It was funny.
Anyway,
so we're just going to bring you just a bunch of stuff. We're going to talk about some music stuff tonight. We're going to talk about some different odds and ends things. So hopefully you'll like it. And if you don't, it's probably Dennis's fault.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Before we get started, I want to give a little shout out. So we have a listener, Jason Morris, who lives in New York, not New York City, but New York State. I can't remember exactly when. He messaged me on Facebook, sent me this ultra cool T-shirt. Actually, It's a kick-ass T-shirt. Jason Morris, judo center. He's a 4-time Olympic silver medalist.
Awesome.
That is very cool.
Followed by a silver medalist, which I think is very cool. So
don't talk mean to him.
No, I was afraid. I asked him. When we were messaging. I said something to him, and he didn't respond. I'm like, "Hey, are you gonna come kick my ass?" He's like, "No."
Well,
anyway, cool.
On a
cool
side
guy,
note,
cool.
on a side note about Jason, he's been commenting on my Paul Stanley video.
There you go. Yeah, so he's a cool guy.
Jason's he likes a very cool guy.
Definitely into the music scene we're into, and he asked me to listen to a podcast he was guest host on. It's a wrestling podcast, not like a pro wrestling podcast. It was like high school wrestling, which was kind of cool. They were talking about how you get to wrestling in the Olympics and different things. So it was pretty cool.
So he's on a wrestling podcast, not a wrestling podcast.
He was on a guest on it for one time, and he asked me to listen, and I did. And so
that joke just went like this. He didn't even catch that, did he?
No,
I got it. Don't slam your monkey ass there. So
Bill's been mean to us all day.
All day.
All right. So here we go. Let's see. What kind of rock? We got any music news? Anyone?
Axel DC's back on tour.
Yeah. There's been a lot of Izzy Axel kind of talk.
Yeah.
They're starting to get a little feud going there, isn't they?
You know, the thing is,
it's starting to come out, isn't it?
And I posted this today it was a little thread that some people were talking about the money situation. Said he was only given he was only going to be given 5 fingers to do some, come in and play a few tunes on each concert. And it's like, you know what? So far, you've made 0.
And part of that,
the thing is, you've also alienated yourself as a troublemaker, and I don't think that they're gonna even say, you know what, it ain't worth the hassle.
Well,
Adler's been coming in, playing his couple of tunes, smiling, doing all that stuff. You're gonna see Adler in this band.
Let me counter something about your comment about Izzy. Right. Izzy wrote a good majority of the music for Appetite for Destruction.
And
Appetite is their biggest selling album. He's still making royalties off of that.
Okay.
When they perform those Appetite songs on tour, he's making royalties off of that.
Well, then
so he's making something. So
Right,
he probably don't need the money.
Right.
Yeah. And part of it is principle.
Right.
That was a 5-piece band. They all contributed. That's just I hate that when bands do that.
That's the business now. I mean,
but it doesn't matter. It's just stupid. And I actually applaud him for just saying, "Screw you guys. I'm not going to do that." Whatever.
And of course, it always comes
Which is exactly
back
what I thought happened. It's exactly what I thought happened. And honestly, I don't think Izzy. I don't think Steven Adler will be a part of the band because I don't think they want him to be. And Steven probably needs the money because he's had more damn issues than anybody else. So he might do it for the money, but I think that's pretty cool. And I think Steven's kind of probably fed up with it and going to start putting a little bit more out about it. But there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not a big, I've never been a big Axl fan. I'm not. I think the guy's a douchebag, and that's just my personal opinion.
Again, like I said, this came up in that conversation I was talking, and it's like, it always comes back to almost to the Kiss thing, when the reunion tour came back, there was all this hem haul about, Gene Paul's making the bulk of the money, and basically they're hired hands. Well, you know what? They kept it going for, and Axl, hate him or love him, he kept the Guns N' Roses thing going. Well, for 20 years, he got it.
I mean, come on.
But he's toured. He's kept it going.
Yeah, okay. He kept it going. He did what? 2 albums in 25 years, and they were shit. One of them was shit. One of them was the most costly album ever made, which was $10 million.
What has he done since?
It doesn't matter. He didn't have to do anything. He just didn't have to be. He just didn't have to be a douchebag.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
We're just going to disagree on that one. I'm not giving him any love.
I honestly don't.
Well, Bill, I respect the fact that you have stayed your ground on that. Because a lot of people, you hear them say, "Oh, they're douchebags," blah blah blah. Oh, I knew that was going to be so successful, greatest thing ever.
Well, it was. It was a successful tour, and I'm glad for them or whatever. But I don't care. I'm not buying in. I just think that it's just not right.
I've changed my opinion on it a little bit. I've been one of those that's, I'm still, like I say, they're not still my favorite band, so that's not going to be an issue. It's just a matter of, I think, what they've done so far, I've been pretty happy with. I do think Axl has kind of turned. He's not as weird and not as not as much of an asshole.
That or his weirdness got really well medicated.
Well,
exactly.
I posted this. I posted this on Mitch LaFon's website,
right?
Because he posted something about it. Axl is doing exactly what Axl needs to do to get his wallet padded, which is this. I will guarantee you, if you look at a contract, it says if you go on late, we're going to dock you money.
Right.
If you act like an asshole, we're going to dock you money. I mean, I bet you Slash had to put that in a contract. There's no way he's going to go out there and put his reputation on the line again for that guy. It's not going to do it.
I agree with that 100%.
No, I agree. No,
There's no way. So that is all
being
that all being nice stuff is all. I got to be nice so I get paid, and that's not real, and that's just whatever.
I'm sure there was all kinds of shits in these contracts. I'm sure about drug use, alcohol. I bet there was
probably for all of them. Absolutely.
Like you said, to make this work.
No psychic readers.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Motley Crue thing worked because they all took 5 different buses or 5 different planes and stayed in 5 different hotels and didn't talk to each other till they hit the stage and acted
like great because there's only 4 guys in the band.
Or whatever.
Well, that and they didn't talk to each other. They didn't talk to each other on stage either. They kept their sides, and that was it. I mean, it was terrible. All right.
I figured they kept another singer in the background in case Vince just died on stage. So that was what I was counting 5.
Yeah, Mick looked like he died halfway through the tour anyway.
Mick looks like he died on the Shout at the Devil tour.
He died like 30 years ago. Oh, Nicky did die, right?
Yeah,
but he came back to life
at least once.
It's a great story. Actually, I liked reading that. That was interesting. But anyway,
all right. There's some ranting for you this evening.
And that concludes.
Oh, that ain't the beginning of it. Trust me.
That ain't even the start. We're just getting started.
Anyway.
Today, the day that we are recording this, is the 32nd anniversary of the release of Kiss Animalize. And Bill's little Paul John there made me think of that. And I'll go on record and let the world know that my wife thinks that I'm some weird kind of idiot because I can recite each stage rap on the Kiss Animalize live uncensored word for word.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Not a big fan, but that's
okay.
That's all right. I didn't think
That's probably one of my least favorite
right.
non-makeup Kiss albums, but there's still a couple songs on there that I really dig.
Right.
Yeah.
It was a low point for me, but it's still Kiss. So
yeah, we'll take
anyway.
it. All right. So what do you got? Dennis, you had a little rant thing going on, right?
Not a rant. It's more of a tutorial for people.
Wow. Hey,
and
listen up, people. Learn something.
No, I mean this is just things that I have seen over time. What got me really thinking about was Alan posted it was a kind of a facetious kind of what do you want to call it, Al? That thing you posted about it was like a 101 refresher about how to act with a band.
Oh, the joke about how to request a song.
Yeah, I mean, but it was a whole long a blog about how to get how to talk to people in bands and how to, I mean, it was going the wrong way about it.
I posted that a long time ago.
But you just reposted it or somehow it popped up again, and I read through
probably
it.
On the memories.
And I was laughing and only, if you're in a band, you really understand it because it's so fun.
Like, please wait to request your song until I'm in the middle of a verse.
Yeah. And then if and when you're yelling it at me, if I don't look like that I'm really paying attention, to yell it a little bit louder, plus make big facial with your lips, make sure that they know what you're saying.
Oh, what are you supposed to do? Because that's what I've always done.
So anyway, here's some tips. I'm gonna give you some tips when you go see
wait. I'm getting some paper.
All right. When you go see a cover band in a bar, because number one, you ever try to do this on a national tour, you're probably going to find yourself face down on the stage with a bodyguard on top of you, or they're going to be dragged out by your feet.
Made me nervous for a minute there.
They won't do that to you in a bar situation because we're not important enough. But But anyway, number one rule I'm going to tell you right now: for no reason whatsoever is there a reason for you to walk on the stage unless one of us says, hey, we need somebody up here, and we pick you out and we tell you to come up here. To walk on stage, and then when they seem like they get pissed off when we ask them to get off the stage or walk them off the stage. And the only reason that we do that is there is a majillion miles of cable sitting on that floor. Trip hazards everywhere. Very expensive equipment sitting around. It's for your safety and our safety and the value of our equipment.
And when you spill your beer in my foot pedal, I'm going to stick that beer bottle up your ass.
Yeah, that happened at venue here in Newburgh with Rob stuff, and then people fall over the monitors. But I mean, people just have this happened to us this last weekend. And that's why this last weekend I did 2 gigs in a row, and
it's the weekend right behind him.
Yeah, no, that's nothing. The past weekend. There you go. But no, I mean, we had a guy, as far as coming up on stage, just in the middle of a set, walks up in between me and my amp, walks all the way across, up on the drum riser, and then leans over to Keith, and he's asking him a question about playing something or doing something about the drums, and I'm like, the only thing I heard with Keith was, you need to get your ass off the stage right now.
He did it during a song?
In between songs.
Oh, in between
set. But I mean, we were just finishing. You just kind of see where we were. There was no stage where we're at. We're kind of just on the floor there in this bar. There's a riser for the drum, but you're standing there. But
that's not even etiquette. That's just flat and halfway intelligent.
All these stories I'm telling you right now have one central thing about every one of them.
Bar.
They're drunk. Alcohol makes these people do things that normally on a Monday afternoon you're not going to do, but Friday night you're all about doing this. But yeah, that's one thing. Do not, for no reason, unless a person in a band asks you to walk up on stage. Don't even, if you see an instrument or cable, stay a foot away from all that, please. Just for your safety and our safety also. Anyway. So the other thing is we're playing an outdoor gig on Friday night, Fall Fest, on this truck bed. It was a soft-sided semi truck. They open the one side, so I'm off the ground. So far, there. Mm-hmm. So everything is protected. There you go, Ages of Rock Pen. So anyway, squirrel. So anyway, I don't have anything. What I got? Oh, I got a DVD from last week. How's that? I didn't even clean up my shit from last week.
What is that, lube?
Put your lube away. So anyway,
performance hand sanitizer.
Anyway, this happened twice.
Sanitizer.
This happened twice, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a heads up for people who aren't in bands. When we go to a gig, we have a set list that we have already put together. No, we've got it together. Our band has 130 something songs. We'll do 45, give or take, on an evening. We've been to these places before. We know what songs are probably going to work. We do that. We may change some on the fly. I mean, like the next set, we may switch something out because of singing reasons or what have you, or we think we don't want an extra slow song, we'll pull those out. But theoretically, and our drummer also has a partial electronic kit, so he has numbers he has to program, so we have everything already preset.
Right.
So if you want to ask us to play a song, if you have a request, on breaks, either before we play or on breaks, I am accessible, except for the 1 or 2 minutes after the set. I always go take a piss. Once I'm out of the bathroom, I'm accessible.
It's an age thing.
You can come talk to me, come ask me stuff, do whatever you want to do. Ask for, hey, if you got a song you may want to hear, if we can play it, try to do it. We'll be nice as we can. Blah blah blah.
Can you ask in the bathroom if you're like just standing there?
Don't mind that either. That's fine.
Oh, okay.
I'm good with that. But if we're up on stage in the middle of a song,
this is so heavy. I'm trying to add some levity.
Not the time to fucking ask about a song. And this happened at this trailer. When we're playing on this trailer, first one, this lady comes walking up. We're in the middle of a song right at the very beginning of the night. And this lady's screaming at me. I mean, I'm leaning down. I'm like, "What, ma'am?" And she's like, I'm trying to play as I'm going along. And she's like yelling like, "La, la, la, la." And I'm like, "What?" And she finally heard her. She's like going, "Can you play Mustang Sally?" I'm like, "No." I said, "Sorry, we don't do that song."
Write that request on $1,000 check, and we'll talk.
Yeah, I know. I've seen that Mustang Sally thing like 3 times this week on the team. And anyway, so the next set, and this is the one that I texted you guys. I said I got to tell you about this one, and I've waited till now because it's just so funny. So we're playing a song called Possum Kingdom by the Toadies. Mm-hmm. And you know that song.
Love that song.
All right. To play that song is a little intricate. It's got a lot of start, stops. It's once you get into it, man, if you make a mess up, it's hard to get back on groove. And that's a song we've had some trouble with before. We've been playing it the last few gigs. We hadn't played it for 2 years, and we got it back out, trying to dust it off for this festival coming up. So we're in the middle of that song, right at the part where it's getting to be the intricate part. I'm like, man, I gotta concentrate. Well, this man and woman are standing in the same spot as the lady was before, and this dude's yelling at me, and he's pointing too. And I'm thinking, is there something wrong? Is something on fire? Like I'm getting kind of concerned, and I'm kind of like, what? And he's doing it again. I'm like going, hold on. So there's a part, that part was when the bass comes in by itself, doom, 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 doom. So I'm not playing at that point. So now, yes, sir. What's up? He goes, can you play Bohemian Rhapsody? I'm like, no, we don't do that song. I turned around. I'm like going, wow, I've never, ever been asked to play Bohemian Rhapsody. Number one, do you see a piano on the stage? No, there's no piano here. We're not doing that song. But thank you for thinking that we could pull that one off. I'm really
We're just not. We're good. We're just not that good.
Bohemian. I mean, that's been
is that it? There's only 2.
What's that?
There's only 2 things you have to know.
2 things I have to know.
Don't request a song while we're playing and keep your
no.
off the stage.
No, that.
There's more.
Oh, there could be. We could talk about this shit all night.
Well, no, I just making notes because see, I was making some notes. I want to make sure when I go to a show.
Well, I've got a note for you, Bill. Don't set your beer on my speakers.
Oh yeah, don't set your beer on my speakers. That's a good one. When you're dancing, always be reminding yourself where the monitors are. from the Grand Utopia.
That is pretty funny when you see somebody just right over.
Well, Saturday night, these older drunk people came in, and they were drunk. Actually, when you're in a bar and you could smell the alcohol burning off the people,
they may have been drinking for a few days.
Yeah, and this dude was about as tall as I am. I mean, he's a good 6'3" or so. He's a real skinny guy, and he was dancing up a storm, man. And he come back, and he hit the monitor and tripped back, hit my microphone. So I grabbed the microphone, and I grabbed him before he got to the speaker cabinet. I'm like, I pushed him back. He's like, "Yeah, thank you." I'm like, it's like, you're not the first guy I've saved from falling into my shit.
I don't know why you just didn't give him a boot.
Oh, it's just, you're trying to be nice to people. I mean, they're drunk. That's the thing. Oh, okay. When you're drunk too, do not ever, ever, ever come up to somebody in the band and say, "Can I sing this song in your band?" Because the answer is going to be no.
No.
If you see somebody coming up on our stage singing that's not in the band, they were either past people in our band, people that I've played with before,
or people that I've invited,
or people that I know can sing and did something with us before. We used to every once in a while let that happen, and it has never turned out good. I mean, and you and your buddies thinks it sounded great, but it makes the band look like shit.
What Dennis is trying to say is, come see Fifth Degree Burn at Crickets in Newburgh the day before Thanksgiving, featuring special guest me.
Yeah, of course. Alan can get up there and play.
And if Bill can make it down, well, maybe they'll let him play cowbell.
And we can do cowbell.
I've got a tambourine you can borrow if they don't have a cowbell.
That is never happened. Okay, so all right, here's what I got.
Yeah. Okay.
You got more?
Well, yeah, but I'm just going to say though, because like I said, and the reason being, and I'm going to give you a reason why we don't let a lot of people come up and sing with us, is being a cover band. Over time, songs get morphed and get changed. And it's funny, we'll be playing a song that I've played forever, and I'll hear the original on the radio that I hadn't heard for years, and I'm like going,
I've been playing this wrong.
And we've just changed it. We have changed it so much. We add in little bits here, add in another, So we've had people before. We actually had a girl fill in, and we forgot to tell her a couple of these things, and she was like, "Oh, I forgot. You got to hold out. Just watch me. I'll tell you when to start singing," because we do it different. And that's just because we just make them our own a lot of times.
And that happens with every cover band.
Yeah. So anyway, it's not that we don't, if you want to sing, I'm sure there's a karaoke. The bar has karaoke one other night, or there's another bar that has karaoke. And they'll let you come up and sing as much as you want. But it's not going to happen. That's actually happened at a party the other night. And this girl, she's friends of a friend, but the thing is, nobody has ever heard her sing. We were like, I don't. It's just not going to happen.
Okay. All right. So here we go. I got to recap for anybody that was listening. All right? So number one, get the F off my stage.
There you go. For no reason, unless you're asked.
Number two, request only during pee breaks.
There you go.
Right. Number three, speakers are not waterproof.
Yes. True.
Monitors are black, and you can't dance on them. So get your dumb ass down. And you can't sing, and we know it. Karaoke's on Tuesday when there's nobody else in the bar.
There you go. That's pretty good.
Bill is the official Ages of Rock note taker.
And no matter how many times you've adjusted your radio, don't go up to sound guy and think you know better how to run his board. Because they know better. Trust me. Most of the time. Alan can.
Put it on 11.
That is one of the biggest questions that I get at every event. Does that thing go to 11?
Yeah. No. It's not Spinal Tap.
Yeah. Or I'll be walking around with my tablet because I have a digital mixer, and everybody always goes up and goes,
no.
Like they're going to change all the settings.
Yeah.
Dumbass.
So that was band etiquette from Dennis.
But the main thing is, don't when this happens, and
that was going to see a band etiquette.
Yeah.
Oh, going to see a band etiquette from Dennis.
Yeah. And when you're there and you like a song and you like what we do, clap. It's nice to hear a little clap every once in a while. And
you had the what?
Whatever you do, put the phone down too. Watching people look under their phones all night when you're playing is just, it just gets on my nerves.
I was videotaping you, man. I was
right.
I was recording that for my YouTube
You're
podcast.
playing Bejeweled or some kind of Angry Birds.
I was playing Candy Crush.
Yeah.
I was Pokemon. I was Pokemon Going in the.
There was a Charizard standing right next to you, and I was trying to catch it.
There was a Jippity Jap, whatever that thing's called. I don't even know what the hell those things are.
But no, the main thing is if you do something in a bar where there's a band and you do something and they kind of act like they're being an ass, they're not being an ass. It's just you're probably drunk and you just need to. We're trying to help you out
because like being an ass, you're being an ass.
Well, we were at a bar. This has been a couple years ago, an old country bar, and these people kept coming up, and I'm like going. I said, and I asked them like 3 times. I said, "You need to get off the stage. I mean, seriously, you need to get back." Well, what they do? Walked up again. Well, what did the guy do? He backed up, fell over the monitor, hit his head on the floor, and busted his head open. And I said, "That's why I asked you.
Business for me.
Stage. You know, that's what I mean. It's what I ask you to stay off the stage because we know where all this shit's like a landmine field. I know where everything's at. You don't.
I could be on the stage
and I
still don't know where that shit is.
And I still trip on my shit all the time. So, but it's my fault, you know. But anyway, we're not.
So, what is your favorite song? Okay, so for a little musical entertainment, what is your favorite song to play live?
Right now, we do an Atari's version of Boys of Summer, which I actually changed again. So it's the 5th Degree Burns version of Boys of Summer, closer to the Ataris than Don Henley. I love playing that song. I've got
What's the song you hate to play the most? Do you get the most requests for?
It's a one that I thought I would never play again. I played it years ago, and I swore I'd never play it, and all of a sudden we started playing it again, and now we would play it every fucking week again. It's Keep Your Hands to Yourself.
Georgia Satellites.
I hate that song. Bet people lose their fucking minds when you play it.
But you know, that's one song that you can not practice. You can
not
practice that song ever, and somebody will yell the song. That's like Sweet Home Alabama. You know the 3 chords. You can't fuck it up.
No, you can't. I mean,
does it have cowbell? Yeah.
If you're there, it does.
You could put it. But no, I honestly, I don't. There's a lot of songs that we do that. We just don't have the ones that we don't like, Mustang Sally and the stuff like Free Bird.
What's a song that you don't play live that you want to?
Oh God, a ton.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
No, one.
You're that guy.
Something off the Elder.
We're going to start playing a Kiss song. That's one thing I've been wanting to play for a long time, and
have it ready by the day before Thanksgiving.
I'd like to. And that's possible. We're going to maybe Detroit. That's what they want to play.
Yeah. I don't play that one. I don't like.
I don't want to play that either. But that's the one that they pick. So
play Deuce. That's easy.
Yeah,
it's like 6 notes on the bass.
But no, there's a bunch of songs that I like to do. Some more Foo Fighters, but I can't get those guys to. I don't know. We have a hard time with those. I like to do Stranglehold. I love it, but it's one of those ones.
Really?
I want to get it down to where.
Song.
But I want to do it, and I want I know 2 guys who can play that song. And it's one of these songs that you have to play exact, or a guitar guy will call you out. And there's another song like that, another Brick in the Wall Part 2. I've seen bands play that song, and if you get to that lead part and you don't play that lead note for note, you're going to look like a dumbass. But I know 2 guys that play that song out now, Rod Bennett, and let's see, who else was it? Oh, it was Mike with Retro Shock. They do that song, and they both can play that thing note for note, and it's cool. I mean, I like to hear that. But Stranglehold, supposedly Rodney plays with that trio on Friday night. So there's damn it, what's the name of that?
Here we go.
The Boneyard Trio on Thursday nights at Mojo's?
No, it's Friday night. It's damn it, it's those guys out from Tell City. Anyway, they do a little trio, but that guy here supposedly could do Stranglehold. I mean, note for note all the way through, and I'd like to hear it sometime.
Cool.
It's a song that you really can't. I mean, I was thinking, well, it's not a good dance song, but they danced the hell out of that.
Well, they danced it anyway.
On that rock star. It's where they're all dancing and wake up next morning all wearing everybody's clothes.
I'm not sure the dancing was happening. It's kind of like.
But that's a song that I would like to do too. I'm not. There's a lot of newer stuff that I really don't care about. I like to do like some older stuff. Anyway.
All right, cool. All right, Alan, how was your, what's up with you, man?
Well, I was on vacation,
Okay.
Panama
Next.
City Beach. Went on a fishing trip.
Mm-hmm.
Caught some fish that were out of season, so you have to throw them over the board.
That's
Wait a
it.
minute.
They're going to
How
die
can they be
anyway.
out of season.
Do what?
Is it like deer? Like you can only fish for certain fish through what?
There are certain times of the year you can only fish for certain fish. But I caught a red snapper that was about, I wear a size 8.5 or 9 shoe, and it was about 2.5 of my shoe long. It was a pretty good size snapper. It was a red snapper, and I caught that thing, and I got to keep it on board long enough to take pictures of it, and then they had to stab it and throw it in the water.
Now, why did you guys?
What?
They've
What'd they
got
stab
an
it for?
air bladder that when they come to the surface, it's
Right.
kind of like a puffer fish.
Right.
So basically, they feed the dolphins because dolphins follow the fishing boats around.
Oh.
So when I threw my red snapper off, I watched a dolphin come up and take it off.
So
into
you
the sunset.
can't eat it, but
the
the
dolphin.
dolphin can eat it.
Well, it's a cycle of life. I mean,
Yeah.
What the cycle of life?
Circle of life.
Circle of life. Thank
Yeah,
you.
there you
That's
Did you catch crabs down there?
I got bit by one. I got pinched by one.
Really?
Yeah, I was
On
walking
your
around.
lip or?
I was walking around in the water.
Got a
He
cool
pinched
little
on my
cone,
big
though.
toe like that. My wife says, "You look
was
like
like,
Jesus
what?
going across
What
the
was it?
water." That was terrible.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
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 Yeah. So anyway, Dennis was ranting about etiquette when you go to see a band. Well, I've got a little bit of an etiquette lesson for band members when they're dealing with a sound guy. First and foremost,
We're right.
there is one of me.
Feet up on the chair.
There is one of me, and there are 3 to 6 or 7 of you guys. I know you all need sound in your monitor. I will get to each of you. What do you want in your monitor? Is that enough of this? Okay, let's go to the next guy.
Okay, question. Stop.
What normally happens?
What does that mean? I don't know what that means. What do you want in the I don't know what that means.
I don't.
I'm
Well,
not a
like-
I'm not a band
Like
dude.
when
So what
I'm
do you want?
standing on
What
the
do you mean?
stage and I'm the singer.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear Dennis's guitar in my monitor because I can hear it behind me.
Right.
I need to hear the kick drum because I can't hear it, or I need to hear the backing vocal so that we can harmonize together.
Oh, okay.
Or I need to hear the rhythm guitar. Stuff like that.
Do you hear yourself?
Yeah,
if you
that's
want
the main-
to.
yeah.
Well, most people want to hear themselves.
I'm not shitting you. I don't
No,
know.
I understand
No.
that.
Most
But
people want.
the last couple of sound jobs that I did for bands, and these are bands that I've done sound for enough times that they know I'm going to get around to each of you. Shut the hell up, wait your turn. But all of them yell at the same time. I need this in my mind. I need this. Oh, I need this. I'm like, okay, who goes first?
All right.
Lead sing.
My other complaint is if you need something more in your monitor, the time to tell me would be between songs, privately, and not over the microphone. Sure be nice if I could hear my goddamn voice.
Yeah.
Well, when I asked you, was that enough in your monitor, you said yes. So if it, obviously after the first song was over, it wasn't enough, you could have said, hey, I need just a little more of me, or I need a little more of so-and-so.
All right.
Those are my 2 big rants.
Oh, there's some people I've seen. When you see professional people doing that, it's even worse. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it is. There's,
Yeah, I hate that.
The thing is you're pissing off the guy or the gal who's
That can
trying
make
to
or
make
break
you,
you.
who's trying to make you sound good.
Exactly.
I mean, my sound company is my business.
Right.
I'm not intentionally trying to make you sound like shit, because if I make you sound like shit, that guy in the audience that hears me making you sound like shit ain't going to hire me to run sound for his band or whatever event he's got
Or
going
you're not going right. Exactly.
So, treat me a little bit nicer and you're going to sound really good.
Right.
But keep being a dick to me and you're not going to hear yourself in your monitor at all.
Right.
Your voice is going to be blown out at the end of the night because I'm going to keep turning it down. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that.
But yeah, it is.
Is that it?
But no, that seriously is a problem. If a singer can't hear themselves in the monitor, they tend to try to sing harder to try to hear themselves. So seriously, if you can't hear yourself in your monitor, tell me. Don't be an ass about it.
So that's when they're going like that.
Yeah. Well, I try to tell the bands that I have, especially if it's somebody that sings and plays an instrument, when they just point at their monitor and then go up, and I'm like, You know, point to your mouth.
It's like baseball.
Yeah, point to your mouth if you need more vocal. Point to your instrument if you need more of that. You know, but I
pointed my interest.
I had one
I would
singer
ignore
that
didn't work.
he never did get that concept. He just pointed his monitor and pointed up in the air. I almost walked over there and picked the monitor up and held it.
I point at my instrument sometimes and I never get any more.
Honey.
Even responds. It's just like I'm like.
Ooh, that's funny. No, mine was really just kind of tagging along to what Dennis said. I really don't have much to say this week. I've been under the weather for about 4 days, and today's actually the first day since Saturday that I haven't felt totally like crap.
I was off work yesterday and today. Like I said, I got that same thing you had. It flu, whatever, running right through you kind of shit. It just, oh my God, I've lost, like I said, 10 pounds in 2 days. So I've been kind of shitty feeling.
Okay, here's the soundbite from this show. Ready?
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah. Oh my God, it's like Doug and Debbie Downer.
No, I'm not being a downer.
Okay,
No,
so here's what I learned. Here's what I learned, Alan. Ready?
Yes.
Right? Band members are douchebags.
Yes.
And I can make you or break you.
Yes.
So shut up and do your job.
Yes.
Good job. Bill,
See?
And this concludes another lesson.
So it concludes another episode of, I don't know.
Article, if you get a chance, Alan, if you remember or can find it, post that article to our page so everybody can read it, because it's pretty funny. I mean, I laughed the whole time going through it.
Yeah, it's on my personal website. I'll go find it tomorrow.
Yeah, just do that and put that on there, because it is pretty funny. And also, I did another one here today. There was some guy, you liked it, and I posted it on our page. I don't think, Bill, you've seen it yet. It's a guy that takes he's got actually quite a few videos about guitars and stuff, but this one here was he takes 10 songs in the minor key and puts them in a major key and transposes them into a minor key.
Now,
that sounds exciting.
You have to tell him about the Van Halen song. Tell him the exact same thing you told me.
It's jump. You know, they do jump, but in a minor key, it almost sounds like a suicidal jump song. It's really Go ahead and jump. Summer of '69 is like depressing as hell. You know, Jimmy got married.
All right, I'll have to listen to that. Okay. So it sounds like fun, because at first I thought it was just like going to be torture. So
oh no, because actually the first one's the middle by Jimmy Eats World.
Yeah,
and it's that's a real happy poppy song. It's fucking terrible. It's like makes you sad.
Cool.
That one, and I tell you another. They do Every Breath You Take, and it even sounds creepier than it did the first time you heard it by the Police. It's like really creepy. And he's got this. He kind of looks creepy when he's playing it. And
so you post that on the web Facebook page.
It's on our Facebook page. Yeah.
All right. Check it out.
Yeah, it is. It's really funny.
Yeah. All right. So I listened to a couple of new albums this week. So I listened to I've done a couple of things recently. So we got an Apple account, family Apple account, so we're sharing stuff, and you can kind of get to kind of like Spotify. And then I also joined Spotify so I could listen to yacht rock stuff. I'm like, some of that stuff, dude, I was at work about nodded off, about fell asleep. I'm like working, typing along. I'm like,
oh, I love that stuff. I listen to it all.
The 70s are boring. Anyway, so I listened to two new albums. I listened to a new album by a band called Skillet. They're a Christian metal band. They're a band that I like, but a lot of their music sounds the same. If you have like a couple of their albums, you pretty much got the catalog. This album is very different.
So it's like the AC/DC of the Christian world.
Yes, they are very, and I'm telling you, you see them, it is not like going to any other Christian rock.
I saw Skillet at
they
Rock
blow
Oklahoma.
Crap up.
They tear it up.
They do.
Do they have? I mean, is this album they got? Is it fairly new? I mean, it just
came out last week.
Because they played a Skillet song on this college alternative station. I think it was a new one. And matter of fact, I'll pull it up here and see if I can. It sounded good though.
I'm not sure what the new single is, but yeah, it's really good. They got, and it's different. So it's not the same stuff all the time. They do some stuff with cellos, and they have a song with cellos in the beginning of it, and it sounds like every other one of the songs that sound like the beginning. So, but they're a good band. Anyway, I listened to that, liked it a lot. And then another band, Michael Sweet, has a new album out called The War Is Over. The War is. I had it up here just a minute ago, and I have deleted it, and I don't know why. I'm not sure what happened to it. Anyway, great. That's a great album. Really like it a lot. One-Sided War. That's what it's called. One-Sided War.
Okay.
That's a really great album. He sounds phenomenal.
His voice is
that
really
dude,
good.
for being as old as he is,
Yep.
he has not lost a lick. He's got a song on there too, and I think it's called Radio, if I'm not mistaken. It's really about the people that are in those rock artists that go to the countryside of things.
Mm-hmm.
He calls them out a little bit.
It's funny.
It's kind of neat, but it's a great it's really a really good album. So
and we haven't talked about it since the last time. We all got tickets to see Stryper coming up. So yay!
Yeah, we do. That'll be cool.
Stryper, Louisville, Kentucky, November 6th. Sunday.
Yep. So those are the two things I went to recently. Both of them.
So if you want to meet all of us idiots at once, come to see the Stryper show in Louisville. Sunday, November 6th.
Did you find the Skillet song?
No, I was trying. I thought I Shazammed it, but I didn't. See, I got it in there.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything.
No, but I did. I haven't Shazammed much lately. I've been there's not been anything on the radio that I've really liked.
Is it Feel Invincible? I thought that was
might be. I don't know. I'd have to look.
I thought that was the new song, but I could be wrong.
Let me see what my.
The album's called Unleashed, though. It's a really good album. Like I said, it's pretty rowdy. They go at it for sure. So if you get a chance to see them,
Unleashed, 12 songs, Feel Invincible, probably it. That probably sounds.
They usually release their song as their title. Their first song that gets released is usually their title. Their first track on the album. It's pretty typical, but good stuff. Anyway, that was it for me. I got nothing else. So
that's it. That's the song I heard.
Yeah,
it's
good stuff.
Yeah, I was just listening to it.
So those are two things to check out.
Yeah,
all right. Anything else?
Nope.
Let me think. There's something else I was thinking.
Do we have any Yank It or Crank It stuff at all?
I don't know. Do you have any Yank It or Crank It? Yank It.
Yeah.
Crank It.
Pass it on for next week.
We can.
Oh, dude. All right. Hey, that's episode 42. I think Alan's got something to do.
You won't even say what just happened. So if you want to know what it was, you go to watch it on the YouTube.
All right. Hey, so thanks a lot for watching, listening, downloading, whatever you're doing. We really appreciate it. Give us some feedback. Hopefully you're passing it on to your peers and your friends. Check us out on Facebook, on Twitter, on
agesofrock.com.
Wherever you can find it. Hey, and if you live around me and you go to Target, I like to change all the computers in there to the Ages of Rock podcast page. So check it out. All right, guys. Have a good night. Take care.
Thanks for listening to the Ages of Rock podcast. If you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and most importantly, tell all your friends. Remember, you're never too old to rock. Until the next episode, peace out, folks.